G'day Legends, Betsy, and today we're going to be learning how to draw a realistic eye in Procreate. This is going to be with a brush that I created. It's actually a pretty good brush. I might go over it in another video if you guys would like me to. But here, as you can see, we're just drawing the eye. I made a couple of mistakes in this, so there's a lot of undo and all that sort of thing. And now we're just filling in the page for the rest of the skin tone and then the nose. Now, let's get into the actual tutorial. We're gonna go with a 1280 by 720p canvas so it fits the screen a bit better for you guys. And this is the paintbrush I'm using. And I'm just using black so I can use it a bit more like a pencil. First thing we're gonna do is we're just gonna get the outline of the eye here. I don't really like that, so I'll get rid of it again. Oh, selected white. Go back to black, and we'll put the brush size down a bit so we can get the more refined details in. Just sculpting out the shape of the eye. Usually I start with the top and then I do the bottom, mainly because it's a lot easier if you do that. And then you can come and connect it afterwards, just like so. And make it a little bit rounded on the edge. Don't make it exactly like an angle. Just make it like a little rounded. Yeah, now we're just going to come in with the pupil and the iris and the pupil. Just drawing the iris. And then the pupil here, trying to get it into a good shape, but I don't think locking shapes is going to be a good idea. So I'm just going to go with it, like just roughly handle it and then fill it in like so. Use maximum opacity for this one, obviously. And now we're just going to make out the highlights here in the eye. And I think what we're going to do here is we're just going to make the light come around this sort of area. And the light's going to come kind of a bit more like this. And it's coming straight on the face, so it's going onto the eye, not onto the rest of the face. So that's why the nose and everything's a bit darker than it was in the other drawing, because I had the light placed a little bit differently. But on here, we're just getting in the rough shape. Oh, I should probably up the brush's size here. Just going to do that after I get the eyelid drawn in properly and the little saggy part, I don't really know what it's called, underneath the eye, and we'll just shrink that down so we can fit the eyebrow in as well. Just sketching in the eyebrow and just up, and it's kind of like an acute angle-ish, but it's like a really light angle. It's like 5-degree angle and in the sort of middle area, but it goes thick to thin. And yeah, we'll just fill in this. I don't know. This is where you get your sleep. So let's just fill in here and leave some spots for some highlights. We can come back in and use the eraser later to make it a bit lighter, like this. And yeah, that's about it for that area, because it's not really that prominent on the eye, so we don't have to focus on it too much. Just upping the brush size now. And I'm going to go with a hazel sort of eye. So it's going to be quite a bit darker than the other one. I was going for more of a green eye in the other one. This one's going to be a bit more hazel. Just filling it in right here. We're going to fill it in lightly first. And then we're going to come in a bit darker. And just gradually get darker and fill in the little like strokes in the eyes. I don't know how to explain it. The iris has this sort of outstrokes in them. And yeah. Let's just fill this in a bit more here. And now we're just going to be doing a shading on the edges of the eye. So the eyelid kind of comes up on top of the eye so that we don't... The iris... The eye is not completely white, so we actually want to fill it in a bit more. Just some notifications coming in, stuff like that. Don't worry about it. Yeah. Just filling this in here. I don't like the way that turned out. For the eyebrow, for the hair, we're just going to lower the brush size so that I can get it a bit more straight looking. And now we're just going to curve from that same point for the entire eye. So as you can see, for the entire eyebrow, we're just curling out from the same point. And it gives it sort of a hairy look. It's not the most amazing, but it is pretty easy, and it's just something that you can do really quickly. And it does look kind of like an eyebrow, so that's how we're just going to do it for now. Up the size of that brush again and start filling in the details. And I'm going to erase around where the eye lid comes over, because it's a bit lighter there. And then it goes into the shadow, so just filling that in properly here. Just getting that all filled in. Just go over everything a little bit with some grey, make it a bit light, a bit darker. Now, I think I'm going to up the brush's size to fill in the rest of the skin after I've done the rough shading around the eye. And here we go, just shading the rest of it. Going to keep it at hopefully a decent level of opacity. Just shading it all in is pretty self-explanatory and pretty easy. Now I'm just going to fill in the nose a little bit after I've, finished this part. You got to down the size of the brush again and then fill in the nose around here. And the nose actually connects to the eyebrows, so if you feel your face, you can actually feel how your nose connects into your eyebrows. And if you try and illustrate it like that, it will look a lot more realistic. And this is the finished product. Thank you guys for watching. If you did want me to show you guys how to make that paintbrush, leave a like on the video, and yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Peace.